What's good, YouTube? It's your boy K-Flex. I'm back here with another video. Today we got the L video. This video is very late. This is going to be I think it's going to be a pretty long video, okay? Because I got a lot to discuss. And all in all, this team blows, as we know, and we're gonna get into a lot of things about the team, how I feel about. Basically, it's a two-part video. Tua and Brian Flores. We have to separate the two people because these are the two people that are the most debatable right now. These are the two people whose shoulder it's really on. Is going to be our quarterback and our coach, okay? Just like any other team, okay? So we're gonna break this off into two and how I feel about both of them and the direction this team needs to go. But this is rock bottom for sure. And we suck, okay? And even before we lost this game, and again, I have to get all this out now. It's 12:20. Okay, I've been up since the game was at 9:30. I've been up. I was in Detroit earlier. I'm back home. I started to record the video on my phone, but then I went to the Lions game. I had a long day today. Okay, a long day. That's why it's so late with this video. But we are terrible. And the thing is, I didn't even feel good that we were about to win because of the fashion. Okay, the first drive we dominated them and it looked like, okay, we're way better than the Jags, and it looked like, okay, so we are good, we just don't know how good. But then as the game progressed and I started to realize, hey, this is two evenly matched teams here. Once I realized that, it didn't really matter if we won or lost. I just knew we sucked. But once the Jags even looked even, and we got cheated at times in the game, we'll discuss it. But regardless, the fact that the game was ever this close, the fact that we were just sweating our ass off, and yes, we had injuries, but the fact that we were just sweating our ass off, and that, you know, it was like, yo, these are two teams right now that are on the same level, and we all can admit the Jags suck. So at that particular point, you kind of just got to admit, yo, we suck too. And again, we can get better throughout the season, who knows, but let's just get into the reality, okay? Brian Flores, you're on the clock, brother. Because at the end of the day, it's looking like another Adam Gase situation, another Tony Sperano. I don't even want to put these guys in the same category as Tony Sperano. But in short, bro, it's looking like a fake genius, okay? 1 year we get hype, and then they just continuously slip off after that. And it's the same thing happened with Gase, and the same thing happened with Flores. Again, I don't care about no excuses. We lost to the Jags. Don't come in the comment section. Well, you could come in the comment section. Oh, the injuries. Oh, we need to keep on doing it. Oh, we need to give them more chances. Bro, I'm not going to care about none of that, bro. We lost to the Jacksonville Jags. I don't care, bro. I do not care. I don't want to say Brian Flores is necessarily a fraud. He's just not a good coach. I mean, he wasted 2 timeouts. One of the challenges was good. The challenge where the ball was on that punt and it hit the dude's finger. It did hit that guy's finger. Agnew, it hit his finger. I know it did for a fact. And they called it. They said it stands. Okay, whatever. But again, we wasted 2 challenges. I don't even know if it's on him, but like our offense just sucks. Our offensive coordinators suck. He's the one that's like hiring them every year. It's something new. It's a different offensive coordinator. It's something different. Our defense, which he's supposed to be, I'm not saying he controls the defense. That might be Boyer's job, but he's a defensive coach. Our defense has regressed unbelievably. Okay, they aren't super bad, but they're definitely not as good as they used to be. They have regressed a lot. You guys could agree on that. Our defense has definitely regressed. Even Jason Sanders is missing kicks at this particular point. So it's just to a point now, ladies and gentlemen, where everything's a disaster. I don't know where we go from here, but I know we need change. Brian Flores could go for all I care. I want to get another coach in here that's an offensive mind that can work with Tua if we end up keeping Tua, or I can work with the offense. It's too many weapons on this offense for us not to be scoring 30 points a game. You know what I'm saying? We have so many weapons, and we're not scoring. We're not moving the ball. That's ridiculous. You can't just draft all these weapons and then not know how to use any of them. Jalen Waddle never. I don't know if Jalen Waddle caught a pass over 20 yards. He might well, we got him for 50 yards, bro. Jalen Waddle is just a regular ass looking receiver. I'm saying he makes good plays, but I'm thinking he's gonna be burning people down the field. You don't see that. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know what's going on with our offense. Doesn't get him loose down the field. It's just not really. I mean, it's just our offense is lost, and I think Brian Flores wants to continue to hire within and stuff like that. If he doesn't want to bring anybody else in, then he's gonna cost himself the job. It's just that simple, okay? Before I get to 2 hours, I want to say this is the only thing that I think is gonna keep Brian Flores his job, and the reason why I don't care if he keeps it is because who takes his spot if we fire him tomorrow? If we fire him tomorrow, one of these terrible coordinators take his spot, and we're still gonna suck regardless. And it's not like they have any future with the team. Now, back in the day when we had Adam Gase, we had Rizzi, we had Darren Rizzi. So that's why I was kind of more on board for us to fire him mid-season, because I wanted to see what Rizzi could do in the interim. But this year, I don't want any of these people to be interim because they all suck. When Brian Flores leaves, I want every single last person associated with him in the office to leave as well. Okay, there's nobody on the team that I say. I think some people like Charlie Fry, but there's nobody on this team that I look or prefer office and be like, yo, this guy, he might be the guy. This is the smart guy out of the bunch, you know? Sometimes you might have a good offensive coordinator, but you feel like the defensive coordinator sucks. You're like, oh, the offensive coordinator is good. He needs to be the head coach. I don't see anybody good in this bunch that Brian Flores has. Brian Flores' staff. So nobody's good. So what could I say? What positive could I say? What could why fire him? Who's gonna take his spot? But there is an understanding. I have an understanding that if we don't turn these around this year, and I don't even know what that means, whether or not we have to win like the last every game or only lose like 2. But if we don't look like a different team by the end of the season, this is gonna be his last year, and it should be. Now heading on to Tua. This is the reality with Tua. Okay. The reality of Tua, and people aren't gonna like this, but it's the facts, and I've seen him long enough to know. First of all, he gets injured. That's a fact. That is undeniable. We can go to the number. He's injury prone by definition. Well, I don't know by definition, but by my definition. Okay. Second of all, he's just not that great. He's not bad either. And I'm not going to say Tua is the reason we lost this game. He's definitely not. Even though he did a terrible pick, he's not the reason we ever lose games. But he's also really never the reason that we win games. And again, he's been in the league so long to the point where that Arizona Cardinal game, we got to get that out of, like, I understand keep bringing that up, reference to that, but he should have more references than just that Arizona Cardinal game by now, in my opinion. And the reason, and the only thing we got is Arizona Cardinal game, and then we want to say, oh, this is his second best game of all time. What, a loss versus the Jags is his second best game of all time, where he threw 329 yards, 33 for 47. I mean, that's a pretty good game, but if that's his best game, if that's the game that you're going to look at and say, oh, this guy is, he didn't do nothing that no other in this game, he didn't do nothing that any other starting quarterback wouldn't do, in my opinion. He just looks regular, okay? And there's no issue with that. If you like having a regular quarterback, that's fine. I would never blame Tua for being the reason why we aren't good. He's not the reason we aren't good, but he's also not the reason that he's also the reason we aren't any better, because he's just regular. It's like Ryan Tannehill syndrome. Ryan Tannehill did not elevate nobody. Everything was right around Ryan Tannehill. He was going to be good. Tua is in the same boat, but his only thing is, he was drafted top 5. He was getting talked about as generational. He's not generational. That's the reality. Tua is not generational. Tua is not Mahomes. Tua is not in the same class as Mahomes. He's not in the same class as even Justin Herbert. I'm keeping it real. He's not in the same class as Justin Herbert. He's not in the same class as Mahomes. He's not in the same class as Josh Allen. He's not in the same class as Lamar. He's not in the same class as Russ. He's not with Kyler. He's not one of those. He's with Tannehill. He's with Alex. Drew, like, who is he with, ladies and gentlemen? Tannehill, Jared Goffs of the world, like, sounds mean. Baker, maybe, I don't know. Listen, it sounds mean, but the reality of it is, he's just not that good. He's not that bad either, though. Don't get twisted. We're not talking Geno Smith here. We're not talking Big Ben right now. We're not talking Danny Dimes. I'm saying that he's just a middle-of-the-road quarterback. That's the reality. Look at him. He doesn't do anything special. He just does what he's supposed to do. And again, some people are fine with that. Some people want more. And that's why people complain about Tua. Because some people want an actual, like, generational or, like, super game-changing. Tua's not game-changing, bro. I've seen enough of Tua. Tua's not game-changing. I don't care. I know I'm going to get this. Like, he don't change nothing. He's just a regular quarterback. Simple as that. So you can just like him. And I love him as his personality, wonderful. But he's a regular quarterback. That's all he is. Okay? He's not special. He's not left hand of God. He's a regular quarterback. He's middle of the road. And if you're cool with us having a middle of the road, because you can win with a middle of the road quarterback. Nick Foles was middle of the road, okay? But, you know, the Eagles got lucky that year. But anyways, it's harder to win with a middle of the road quarterback. You have to have a good defense, but you can win with a middle of the road quarterback. He takes care of the ball. But he's not special. Let's just get that out of the way now. Could he end up being? I suppose I would never say never, but right now he's just not. And I've looked at enough games of his. Not that he had an outlier game versus the Cardinals means that that shows you right there that he's special, bro. Everybody probably had a good game at a time. He's not doing it anywhere near consistently enough. If we want to go and look at these other young quarterbacks and see how much games they had that are good, they've showed you on a consistent basis. Tua, I'm not going to keep on looking back at this Cardinals game and say, oh, this beast, he's the future. Dude, I need to see it more consistent. And if you're going to brag and say this is his second best game right here, and I watched the game, and I don't care what his numbers say, the 329, the 2 touchdowns, he looked regular in the game. And if this is the best that you're going to say, this is his second best game, this is something that I could expect from him, then he's just a regular quarterback. This is the worst team in the league that we played. Well, we're the worst team. This is the second worst team in the league that we played. Tua's just regular, bro. It is what it is. So with that being said, I don't think we need to get a new quarterback, but if we ever are in a position to, I don't see why we wouldn't. Again, we're not in a situation where we don't need a new quarterback, but we don't need one necessarily anyway. It just depends on are you cool with just having a regular standard quarterback, or do you want somebody special? The reality of it, and this is just going to be the quotable of the video, Tua is not special. He's a regular quarterback. That's why it was so funny when people saw Brissett and they was like, and I'm like, Tua's better than Brissett, yeah, but they're still both like not that great. But it was so funny when people act like, oh, if Tua was playing, we would have won this game. No, we wouldn't. We would have lost every game we lost with Brissett with Tua. They're like, bro, they're not changing nothing. Neither one of them are changing anything. Anyway, shout out to Tua though. He's a fantastic human being, nice guy, whatever. Can't say nothing nicer. He was crying after the game. He's a super cool guy. But I'm telling you what I see on the field, he's a regular quarterback. And that's just how I feel about the game, okay? This is officially rock bottom. We lost to the worst team in the league. Urban Meyer probably had a hangover early in the morning, still came in, out-coached Brian Flores. It's pretty sad, ladies and gentlemen. It's hard to really get, hype for this game or hype for this season at this particular point. It was a disaster. You wait all off season just to get up this performance. I don't necessarily care about being mean to the players or anything like that, because first of all, they probably aren't watching my videos. Second of all, they deserve everything I'm saying. And third of all, I'm not getting personal, okay? I'm just telling you what y'all doing on the football field. Y'all are f***ing terrible, and y'all can tell. So, I mean, at the end of the day, I don't really regret saying anything I ever say. But this is where we're at with it right now, guys. We're just not a great team, and we have regular players all over the place. We have some talent at wide receiver that really can't get the ball and be used to their best situations because our offensive coordinator sucks, and our line did okay today, and the Jags can't get pressure on anybody anyway. So our line did fine, but again, we're just too regular. We're too basic. If we go up, we play like bitches. We don't try to run up the score ever. It's to a point, man. It's the same issues again with the Gase era and every era that we ever had in my lifetime. And at this particular point, it's just to a point where it's just ridiculous, okay? Anyways, guys, it's like 1 o'clock in the morning. I have to get some sleep soon. I'll probably upload this video even tonight, honestly. I'll probably upload it at 3 in the morning. I don't know who's going to watch it, but I'm going to upload it anyways. It's pretty sad, though. Overall, Trevor Lawrence looked like the better quarterback today, and his team actually got the win. Now, I know people say Tua outplayed him with the 2 touchdowns and 1 interception, but Trevor Lawrence actually got a win. And Trevor Lawrence has no talent around him. So you can't use the talent excuse because Trevor Lawrence has less talent than Tua, and he won. It was just to a point, ladies and gentlemen, where there's no excuses you can make for this team. There's no excuses. There's no nothing. There's no nothing you can say. You just have to accept your losses. We don't even have our draft pick this year, the Eagles do, so that's another thing to not look forward to, okay? Because we're damn near gonna have the #1 draft pick in the draft. I'm already coming to that conclusion. So it's all bad, ladies and gentlemen. It's all bad. But I'll let you guys get to you guys' day. Like, comment, subscribe. I roll to 11K. Flexing.